Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to those of you who feel like you're doing all the right things when it comes to manifesting. You've been learning, you've been applying what you've learned, you've been visualizing, maybe affirming, maybe meditating, or maybe if you're more like me, you've dropped all of that and you're trying to live in the knowing that you're the creator. And yet nothing's changing, or not in the way you want it to. And then to top it off, you see other people having massive breakthroughs, instant results, manifestations popping left, right, and center. And you're left wondering, why is it working for them but not for me? Let's talk about that, because this is something that I see a lot. And I've absolutely been there myself. And here's the truth that changed everything for me. Manifestation isn't about doing more. It's about changing who you're being. In other words, changing the story that you feel is playing out and shifting the nature of the character that you're identifying as and the experiences that this character gets to have. Because the thing is, most people stay stuck because they're trying to manifest a new reality from the exact same state of consciousness that created the old one. And you can't hold on to the identity of I'm stuck, I'm not good enough at this, or it's not working, and expect reality to show you anything different. When you see others succeeding at manifesting, what you're really seeing underneath all the surface level techniques is someone who, consciously or unconsciously, has shifted into a different state of being. They've stopped needing it to happen. They've stopped arguing with reality. They've stopped trying to force it or figure it out with their mind. And instead, they've leaned back into trust. They've started identifying as someone who is already supported. Someone who already knows it's done, even before seeing any evidence that confirms it. Someone who assumes that life is working with them, not against them. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, Alison, but how do I actually do that? Well, first of all, stop trying to fix where you are. Seriously. The energy of fixing keeps you in the loop of believing something is broken. You can't take the current facts and try to project them forward into something new if you want to change things. You have to operate the other way around. You have to go within and choose the end that you want, as if you were taking a blank sheet of paper and drawing a brand new picture. Because if you try to relate the picture you're drawing to the current facts, or you start trying to figure out how to turn the current facts into that picture, you'll start to limit yourself. Because you'll start to go, well, this can't possibly happen, so we need to remove it. And that thing can't happen overnight, so that means I need to wait for years before I can have that thing. And this bit of the picture I would need to work really hard for. And then this other bit of the picture I just don't have the skills for. And there's no way I will ever learn those skills, so we'll have to take that bit out. And before you know it, you've got the picture back down to pretty much the picture you're already living. And so, guess what happens when you project out the same picture over and over again? You get the feeling and the experience of, I'm stuck. Nothing is changing. I've been waiting forever and nothing is happening. So, don't do that. Don't try to manifest things this way, because it does not work. So, the way to do it is to choose the outcome that you want out of pure preference. Just go within and notice what you want and choose that. I want a life that feels fulfilling, where I get to do the things I enjoy doing every day, where I get to be with the people I like spending time with, where I get to eat the kind of food I like to eat, where I get to go to the places I like to go to. Whatever it is for you, notice what it is and choose that. Don't bring it down to the physical, to is this possible or not. Don't restrict yourself in that way. This is God that we're talking about here. It is God that is going to be creating this for you. The one source that is creating absolutely everything in this world and beyond. And this source really doesn't have any limits. It absolutely isn't constrained by how much money you have or how skilled you are or what government is in power or by whatever the current facts appear to be. It can create absolutely anything. So don't try to bring your desire down to the level of what you think is possible, because you'd be limiting yourself unnecessarily. Now, once you've chosen whatever that outcome is that you desire, you need to shift internally as if you're placing yourself within that story. Visually, the way I see it in my mind is like the path that gets drawn on the map when you set the destination on your GPS device. So I see myself as now having this future trajectory laid out where everything I want is now already placed on that path. It's already created. I haven't experienced it physically yet because I'm still on a point in time that is further back on the timeline. But the desired experience is all already there in my future, waiting for me to get to it. And physically and logically, I can't see any of it yet. I can only see this present moment, what's right in front of me right now. But the whole thing is all already there. So then once you've done this, you need to bring your focus back to the present, because you now need to follow the guidance of that GPS. And the way to do that is by tuning in to this moment and letting yourself be guided on what step to take now and now and now. And when I say step, people sometimes get confused about what this means because they think it must be something directly related to their desire. But that's not how this works. Remember, once you've chosen, that whole path, that whole trajectory is now laid out. It's all taken care of. It is absolutely not your responsibility to sort any of that out. Your only responsibility is to do what you're meant to do in this moment. To take the step that you're meant to take right now. And that's it. And some steps relating to your desired outcome will be things your human self needs to do. And others will be things that are completely not your job to do. But as a human, you're always going to be doing something at each point in time. Even if you're sleeping, you're doing something. So this is what I mean. Once you're done choosing your desired outcome and the path is set, now the orchestration of that whole trajectory needs to be completely left in the hands of the source. And your focus needs to be in the present. Not on when is this and that going to happen. Your focus needs to be what feels right to do right now. What do I prefer to do in this moment, out of the options that are physically available to me? Do I want to rest? Do I want to work? Do I want to read? Do I want to chat with a friend? Do I want to go for a walk? Do I want to listen to music? Do I want to sing? Do I want to dance? And you make a choice in the moment of what you're going to do. And you do it fully. And then you repeat, on and on. And this is how you walk along that trajectory. This is how you will be guided on what's the right next step for you to take. Because if you operate like this, then in the midst of all those steps that seem unrelated to your desired outcome, you'll then get a little nudge to call someone. Or you'll be on social media and an ad will pop up that grabs your attention and that makes you want to look into it more. And if you keep operating this way, staying present and completely trusting that the path as a whole is being orchestrated for you by the source, then you'll find that everything that you want will be put in place for you in ways that are unbelievably perfect, often in ways that you were sure were not possible, and yet here they are. And if at any point you find yourself feeling like you're waiting, feeling like you're stuck, well then that means that you've fallen back into an unwanted state again. It means you're no longer on this path where everything that you want is laid out for you. So this means that you need to go back to choosing, to setting that destination once again and to placing yourself into the new story. and to trusting that the path has now been created for you by the source, and allowing yourself to walk forwards along that path by bringing your focus back to the present moment and operating from there. And so really, it's all about you connecting and aligning yourself with the source. First, to set the destination where you're going and the story you're in, and then to let it guide you right now in the present moment with every step you're taking from one moment to the next. Because manifesting what you want isn't like some test that you need to pass. It's not about getting some technique right, about visualizing correctly or anything like that. It's a relationship with the source. If you're trying to do it right so that God or the universe finally gives you what you want, that's not manifestation. That's like needing to earn it, needing to do this properly because you think that only then will you be able to manifest what you want. Where true creation comes from, it's a genuine willingness to connect and trust and align with God, with your higher self, with your true nature. When you reconnect with that part of you, the part that knows it's already done, the part that doesn't panic, the part that just chooses and allows, you don't need to see proof that this is working. You become the proof. So if you're feeling stuck right now, it's time to shift out of that old story. Go within, ask yourself, what do I want here? Choose it, and then live from the knowing that the whole trajectory leading to the outcome has now been created for you, and allow yourself to be guided forwards along this path that contains everything you desire. So it's time to come home to your knowing. And when you start to identify as the version of you who is already on a path where everything that you want is already there, who already knows it's done, your outer world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. That's how this works. So let go of the need to figure it all out. Come back to the present moment. Feel the truth of who you really are. And choose again, not as the stuck version of you, but as the creator. And then watch what happens. And if you feel like it, you can come and tell me all about it, because I would absolutely love to hear how things change for you when you start operating in this way. Because I know through my own experience that when you truly lock into operating in this way, then the results are just incredibly magical, beyond anything that you can explain. And the only way to know it is to do it. So I very much encourage you to do this, so you can experience for yourself what happens and how phenomenal the results can be when you do this. Okay, and on that note, I am going to end this here for today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.